Have you ever heard a secret that no one else could? A sound only you were meant to hear? This is a story about Lily, a girl who heard just that. Every single night, at exactly 1 minute before midnight, something strange happened in Lily's house. Her grandmother's old cuckoo clock, the one that hadn't worked for years, would let out a single, soft chirp. Just once. And every night, Lily would lie in bed and wonder why. One evening, with a big silver moon hanging over the rooftops, the clock gave its usual little cuckoo, but this time was different. A faint blue glow seeped from under her bedroom door. Curiosity pulled at her, an invisible string leading her out of bed. She tiptoed down the stairs, her heart thumping a gentle rhythm against her ribs. When she reached the back door leading to the garden, she gasped. The small, ordinary backyard she knew was gone. In its place was a glowing wonderland. Moonlit vines twisted upwards like magical staircases. Flowers shimmered, holding tiny galaxies inside their petals. The very air hummed with soft, musical whispers. And there, on the garden gate, a new sign had appeared. It read, "Welcome to the Midnight Garden, open only to the wonder-hearted." Lily pushed the gate. It swung open with a gentle sigh, as if it had been waiting just for her. Inside, her eyes widened. She saw creatures she had only ever met in her wildest dreams. Firefly foxes with sparkling tails raced between glittering mushrooms. Tiny dandelion sprites floated on the breeze, their giggles like the tinkling of glass, and in the corner stood a magnificent willow tree whose leaves rang like tiny, delicate bells. At the very center of this magical garden stood a tall, glowing flower, its petals as white and bright as starlight. As Lily slowly walked closer, the flower unfolded, revealing a tiny figure no taller than her hand. It was a moon blossom guardian with shining wings and eyes that seemed to hold ancient secrets. "Lily," the guardian said, its voice like wind blowing across calm water. "The Midnight Garden needs your help." "Me," Lily whispered, looking down at her pajama-clad feet. "But I'm just me." The guardian gently shook its head. "Only a brave heart can hear the call of the broken clock. Someone is trying to steal the Midnight Garden's light. If it fades, the world will lose its dreams." A warm, determined feeling began to glow inside Lily's chest. "Tell me what to do," she said, her voice now steady. The guardian pointed a delicate finger toward a path of glowing stones that led into the far corner of the garden, where shadows coiled like spilled ink. "Follow the dream path, but you must be careful. Fear feeds the shadows." Lily took a deep breath and started walking. As she stepped onto the path, the shadows slithered and whispered, trying to fill her mind with doubt. "You're too small," they hissed. "You'll get lost. Turn back." But Lily kept going. She remembered her grandma's words. Courage isn't loud. It's steady. So she held on to that thought, a tiny anchor in the swirling darkness. Finally, she reached the source of the gloom. There, trapped inside a tight coil of shadows, was a small lantern. Its light flickered weakly, fighting to stay lit. "This is the Dreamlight," the Guardian's voice said, appearing beside her once more. "Set it free." Lily closed her eyes and took another deep breath. She didn't fight the shadows with fists. Instead, she thought of everything that made her feel brave: her mum's warm hugs, the sound of her best friend's laughter, the exciting endings of her favorite stories, and the brilliant stars she wished upon every night. With each happy thought, the lantern in front of her grew brighter and brighter. The shadows hissed and recoiled, melting away like mist in the morning sun. The moment the lantern was free, its light burst forth, and the entire garden erupted in brilliant, dazzling color. The firefly foxes danced joyfully, the flowers chimed with life, and the willow bells played a triumphant, beautiful melody. "You saved us," the Guardian said, its eyes sparkling. "The Midnight Garden will forever remember your courage." Just then, the first hint of dawn touched the edge of the sky, and the magical garden began to fade. "Will I see you again?" Lily asked, a touch of sadness in her voice. The Guardian smiled. "The clock will call when you are needed." Lily blinked, and just like that, she was back in her quiet, familiar backyard. The sun was rising softly, painting the world in shades of orange and pink. It felt like a dream. But when she got back to her room, she found something on her windowsill. A single glowing flower petal. It was proof. Proof that the Midnight Garden was real, and that she, Lily, had been chosen by wonder. Thanks for listening to this magical tale. If you love stories that spark your imagination, make sure to follow for more adventures. See you next time.